He's really, I don't get it.
There you go. Ta-da.
I'd like to call the meeting of the Edgewood Town Council for July 20th, 2026 to order. If we would all say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. If we can just take a few seconds, moment of silence to recognize and to acknowledge all of our men and women that are in harm's way and the conflict that is taking place in the Middle East and all of the turmoil and disasters that seem to be striking around not just this country but around the world. Thank you. Ms. Tanner, can we have the roll, please?
When I call your name, please state here or present. Mr. Reed, Ms. Barron. Here. Mr. Lee.
Here.
Mr. Pickett.
Here.
Mr. McCord.
Here.
Mr. Farron.
Here.
Let the record show all members except Mr. Reed were present.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we are going to postpone the financial report for the Edgewood Golf and Event Center until next month. Our accountant is unable to be with us today, so we will push that off until the August council meeting. Okay, all right. Jordan, we have a fire report?
All right, well, good evening. My name is Jordan White. I'm the captain of the Edgewood Fire Department. This past month, Edgewood Fire Department responded to 76 total calls of service. Operational tempo remains steady compared to last month, and our training and compliance, along with community engagement, continue to be big priorities in our department. Our total year-to-date calls from ending June 30th was 380. And of those, we had 66 EMS calls, 22 of them were residents, and we had 13 residential transports and 3 mutual aid transports. Of those EMS calls, we had 1 abdominal pain, 1 allergic reaction, 1 altered mental status, 5 assist person, 2 cardiac arrests, 3 chest pain, 1 diabetic, 11 assist person, 2 mental emotional, 2 overdose, 15 sick person, 6 stroke, 2 traffic accidents, 9 trouble breathing, 2 unconscious person, and 3 welfare checks. Fire and other related incidents, we had a total of 10. 6 of them were resident and 4 of them were mutual aid. We had 1 brush fire, 2 fire alarms, 1 gas odor inside, 1 missing person, 3 pole fire or lines down, 1 structure fire, and 1 traffic accident. I'm actually very happy to say that we have no significant incidents to report for Edgewood this month. So that's a very, very great thing that we at the fire department like to say is don't have a lot to report as far as that goes. Our training hours this month was 409 total hours among 24 members, which averages 17 hours per member. Our training topics that we covered this past month was emergency vehicle operators course, emergency medical and trauma cardiac care, the Edgewood Tornado Action Plan, and EMS audit and review. Recently, we had 2 Edgewood Fire Department members graduate a firefighter academy where they completed their firefighter 1 and 2 hazmat awareness and hazmat operations, which is well into 300 plus hours of training. So they just recently graduated from there, and we're recognizing them and very, very grateful for their service. 4 members took, the state certified emergency vehicle operators course and passed their exams to receive certification. And our previous and upcoming events and fundraisers. So we want to say thank you to everyone we've partnered with Versetti and hosted our blood drive last Friday. And because of everyone's commitment, our community's commitment, we had a total of 13 donors. We had 1 deferral, and our goal was 12. We had 10 units of whole blood collected, and for double red blood cells, we had 4 products, which each donation provides 2 blood products, which is really awesome. So every blood donation can help up to 3 patients. So your blood drive collected 14 products with the potential to impact 42 lives. Thank you very much for helping strengthening our community's blood supply, and just thank you very much to Edgewood for showing up. We're currently working with the Red Cross on a program that will be called the Edgewood Smoke Alarm Blitz, something we're really excited about. Not all the details are complete yet, but watch our Facebook page for more details. But basically, the Blitz is to ensure that every resident has working smoke alarms in their home and at free of charge. So what we know right now is the Edgewood Fire Department will be going door to door, hanging door hangers with a QR code for us to come and install smoke alarms in your home if you would like. This gives us an opportunity to meet with you as the residents and talk about fire safety in your home. So be on the lookout for that. That should be coming up here before too long. But like I said, keep an eye on our Facebook page. Our upcoming events, July 25th, the Edgewood Fire Department Water Wars will be happening. That starts at noon. Watch the fire department's Facebook page for more information. That's going to be a lot of fun. Throwing water balloons and spraying water, all that fun stuff. That should be a really fun time. August 4th, the Edgewood Fire Department will participate in the National Night Out with the Edgewood Police Department. August 8th, the fire department will be at Anderson Speedway conducting a 50-50 raffle, and we're looking forward to seeing as many folks as we can out there at Anderson Speedway. I know our members are really looking forward to it. October 3rd, we'll be having our 4th annual Fish and Chicken Fry at the Edgewood Fire Department. We're always looking for help, either monetary donations or food or desserts. So if you have any questions or if you have anything to donate or anything like that, please feel free to reach out to Jessa, our Public Information Officer, Jay Ashton at edgewoodinfd.90.owenmicrosoft.com. And October 9th from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m., we have another blood drive at the town office parking lot. Sign up will be posted online. And with that, that's our fire report.
Any questions for Officer White?
You had a picnic, didn't you? Did you guys already have that picnic?
Yes, we did. Yes,
How did that go?
It went very well. We had a really good time. The Edgewood Fire Department had a picnic for our members and families to come out. It was a really nice opportunity to gather at one of the parks over here in North Edgewood. And we had a really great time, good time for some bonding and time to maybe all just come together when we're not under high stress. Just enjoy some time.
Any other questions? All right, thank you, Officer White.
Thank you.
Captain Ackerman, police report. Bring in a folder, we're gonna be here for a while. No, I'm kidding. No. We had, in the month of June, the Edgewood Police Department had 68 calls for service, and we had 13 traffic stops. For ordinances, we had 8 first letters, 3 second letters, and 2 citations that have been sent out. One of those has, we have a temporary solution, hopefully by, well, definitely by Monday, it will be taken care of, either by a former resident or by myself, so. I talked to the gentleman who owned the vehicle that was in question, and I gave him this Saturday or Sunday to move his vehicle, and if not, then I'm gonna come in Monday and I will take it, so. In accordance with our ordinances, and he said that sounds good to him, so.
Okay.
It's like, as long as you agree, I'm good with it too, that's fine. We had the town cleanup day on, Saturday, 2 days ago, and, to say it was an overwhelming success is an understatement, because we had planned to be there from 8 to 5, and we left at 12:30. Both of the dumpsters were completely full. We had one with household items, couches, tables, anything that nobody wanted, the residents didn't want. And the other one was all brush. Filled both of them up by 12:30, closed the doors and we left. And then I think, I drove by a little bit later and there was a mattress and a box for a TV that were thrown on top of one of the dumpsters. So I think somebody else stopped by after we left, but it was good. And then I even saw on Facebook a couple of complaints. People said they had stuff to bring, and because we weren't taking it anymore, what do I do? So that's a good problem to have? I don't know. I don't know, it was good. I mean, as hot and yucky as it was Saturday, to see everybody come by and just dropping off their items was good to see. Everybody's wanting to clean up the town, make it look good.
Is it possible next year maybe to do, double?
We could,
Hmm?
yeah.
We could try it again this year.
Mm-hmm.
We
Well,
could,
you know, Jess and I were talking, and maybe something to consider is doing it semi-annually.
Good idea.
for us, the money comes from the town, and we just staff it to make
Okay,
sure
we'll
people know
just
what's.
do it once.
Doesn't come from our budget, sorry.
Yeah, if we can do it again, I think that'd be great.
Yeah, but with the reception we had, I agree. And if we start doing that like spring and fall every
Yeah,
year, I think that would be good. And now for what everybody came for. I'm kidding. National Night Out is 2 weeks away from tomorrow night. And Jessa made up a video for us, but neither one of us like the sound, so she's just playing the video and I'm talking while it's going on. She's done this great National Night Out poster, which will show up right there. So it'll be August 4th, Tuesday, August 4th, from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Edgewood Golf Course. And I have been teasing a celebrity guest coming, and we have locked him in, and I'm proud to say it is Boomer from the Indiana Pacers. So it's something that the kids love. Boomer's a lot of fun. Everybody likes seeing him come out, so it took a while, but we finally locked him in for the date. He is quite expensive, I'll say, and the payments, I believe I've said this before, but I want to reiterate, this is not coming from tax money. The 3 years that we've done the National Night Out, we have used an opioid grant. If we have somebody come with opioid education, we can use this grant for anything. I have paid completely for all 3 nights out of this opioid grant that we got. And I had something else to say and it just left my mind. I'm sure I'll come up with it later. So Boomer will be there. We are going to be grilling hamburgers and hot dogs and giving them out. We're not charging for that. We'll have chips and water. We're not going to bring in the whole array of pops and stuff. It'll just water for everybody. But those are all free. AT&T is a national sponsor for National Night Out, and they have donated $300 to us, for us to feed everybody. Jean's Root Beer has donated 200 hot dogs. Needlers, our new neighbor, thank you Needlers for coming into town. They are donating hot dog buns and hamburger buns and some water, I believe, too, to help us. Kona Ice will be here. They are going to have 200 servings of shaved ice, and I've made contact with them. If they give those 200 away, then they will be open for sales if anybody else it's a really hot day and people wanna buy some more, then they'll be open for sales, but the first 200 will be free. Our bikes. We actually just got 2 more bikes, so they were up to 21. It's all these and one back by Jessa in the corner. And the 2 that were dropped off tonight were dropped off by Mount Moriah Lodge, and they sent us a note. It says, Edgewood Police Department, here are 2 new bicycles donated by the Brothers of Mount Moriah Lodge, number 77, in support of your National Night Out event. Signed by Edward Witt, the Secretary of Mount Moriah. And I can't say these are the last bikes, because I think I know about 4 or 5 more that may come in, so we're always happy for that. Something new we're doing this year is a backpack giveaway. I ordered a kit of 4 backpacks, so we have 4. There's another, I don't know how to explain it, it's like a bloodhound service. His name is Lincoln Search and Rescue. They donated a backpack. Hoosier Park is gonna donate 2 backpacks. So we're gonna give those away the night of also, so kids will have a good start to the school year. We are Dr. Molly Wyant. I don't know if any of you are familiar with her. She's just right here at Nicollet Park. We talked to her and she has ordered dental kits for kids. So it'll be like a toothbrush, a toothpaste, floss or something. We'll hand those out to the kids in National Night Out too. This year is the biggest year we've had. And Jess is on a committee that helps me. I've got 2 other folks. And our tentacles go out into other people and they go out into other people. This is huge for this year. We are using a lot more parking lot space than we have the past 2 years. We're gonna have the bounce houses again for more bounce indie. Gypsy Signs will be here donating, or putting up a sign. They're actually donating. I had to pay for it last year. This year they said, it's a new owner. She said, I'm gonna use this as a donation. So we're not paying for those yard signs, congratulations, happy birthday, all those. We're getting one that says, welcome to National Night Out. She's donating that. Madison County Emergency Management will be here. They will have their command bus and a couple other things. They're gonna be doing some communications testing, seeing how far around the world we can talk. So this will be really interesting for kids and maybe some adults too, I don't know. Stat Flight will be here again. They loved coming last year. They can't wait to get here. Intersect from next door. Alternatives will be here. Anderson Center is gonna provide our opioid education. They're gonna be here, and that's how I'm able to pay for this out of the grant. So the Anderson Center will be here for that. Indy Face Painting, Madison County Health Department. As Jordan said, the fire department will be here. Madison County Law Enforcement Foundation will be here, and they've actually donated a bike to us also. Madison County Dispatch and Bish RV. So we've got a parking lot full. And Jess and I have planned it out, and I think we've got everybody in a good spot, but we will find out when we get there. So it's gonna be, it looks like it's gonna be a fun night. It's gonna be a big night, busy night. But we're getting excited for it. We're only 2 weeks away, so we hope everybody can come out there, and even you folks in the interwebs. We hope everybody just come out. And we've tried to make it as free as possible. We wanted this to be our gift to you, and for, as the National Night Out motto is, community and police partnerships. We want people to come out, meet our officers. For kids, we want them to know they can talk to us without being afraid of us. One thing, this is a little off the topic, but one thing that a lot of parents say to kids is, if you don't behave, I'm gonna call the police. To scare their kids. And that is one thing we have been working hard. Don't say that to your kids, because what if they get in a position and they need the police? Now they're gonna be afraid to call us, and who knows what harm could come to them because of that. So we're trying to bridge that gap and, you know, steer parents away from saying those kind of things. But I think that's all I have for National Night Out, and that was a mouthful, so.
What were the hours again, Rich?
5 to 8 p.m. Tuesday, August 4th. And one thing I just remembered, we're doing golf cart registrations. So bring your golf carts, your new golf carts, you're re-registering your old golf carts, bring those out, we'll get those done that night too.
Any questions for Captain Ackerman?
On the backpacks, is there like a checklist? If we wanted to donate backpacks, are they empty backpacks, or do you have a checklist that we need to fill them with markers and things?
We don't have a checklist, but yeah, fill them up
Okay,
and bring them in. What I've been told from Hoosier Park is that theirs are going to be jam-packed with stuff.
great.
The others aren't so jam-packed, but they're full. Paper, pencil, markers, erasers,
notebooks, folders, you know, that kind of stuff, anything kids might need for school.
Any other questions? Hearing none? Thank you. Mr. Ferguson, water report or utility report?
I am sorry, but if you thought he talked for a while. So I wasn't here last month, but these are a lot of things that have happened since I've been back from vacation. First thing today is Carl and I fixed a leak right over here on Cherry Drive, or road. And this is some of the infrastructure that we have right here in Edgewood. And this is just deteriorated metal that a water tap was on the main. So it went to leaking. Now this, they're all over out there. They're just time bombs. I couldn't tell you when they're gonna start leaking. They're just gonna start. This is the first one we've had this year. We had 2 last year. It's not like they're just keep showing up, but this is our infrastructure. So if anybody wants to see a piece of deteriorating metal, there you are. Okay, so that's just one of the things that we deal with all the time. Okay, so another thing I'd like to address is while I was on the vacation, I got a text message from Councilman Leak, and he was concerned because somebody sent him an email stating from a website, which the website is eco/US EPA, that we had violations here in the water department for the town of Edgewood. In reading through that website, I found that it said that were deficiencies in, I forgot to report something in December of '25, and the other one was, it said that we did not have any cybersecurity for our SCADA system. Well, you can't have cybersecurity for something you don't have, so we don't have a SCADA system. So when I got back, I called the state inspector from actual IDEM. He called me back in 3 days, and we have no deficiencies. I do not know where this website came from. I gave him the website. He says, I've never even heard of that. Our state website, our state inspector is J.C. Woods. You can find him at IDEM. If you want to go on the IDEM website, anybody in here, anybody at home, you can go on there, and if you put in our public service number, which is 5248006, should be on your water bill, should be on the CCR you just received, and it should be in the newsletter that we sent out. You can see every water sample and anything that's going on with our system. Whoever these people might be just trying to hurt us, I don't know. Just to start stuff, I don't know what it is. I looked into it. The only thing that they told me that we're deficiency on is because I haven't painted and labeled the inside of my water plant, which is almost done now. So because it wasn't color coded and it didn't say water goes this way and water goes that way, we have a deficiency. That is the only thing that we have that is a problem with our water system in Edgewood. So that gave me a hell of a scare when I was over in Ireland. When I got that, I was like, oh my God, I'm 9.5 hours away for a plane ride to get back home. So if you want to know, call us. I'll be completely transparent about our water system. It is not an issue. Whatever you want to know, we will tell you, or you may look up yourself. Okay, next thing is, July 4th was so fun because somebody decided they were going to let fireworks off on the tennis court, which fireworks burn, and that was a painted surface. So whoever done that, don't do that next year. And clean up after yourself. That would be nice. Try to keep those things as nice as possible. We try to keep the trash picked up as best as possible. Don't light fireworks off on the tennis court or the basketball court or the pickleball court. Speaking of, We gotta get a new pickleball net because somebody ran into it and broke it. I don't know how they broke it, I don't know, I got the quote today, it's $189 for a brand new net, so I gotta sign the contract and send it back tomorrow so they can send that to me, so I gotta fix that.
When you say ran into it, we're not talking about a vehicle.
So, no,
Okay.
somebody physically either tore it up or ran into it. On the outside of it, you got a crank that you can tighten the net up, okay? So the crank was completely turned on the inside, the wire on the crank was frayed, and the coating on the outside was off, and then on the sides of those, there is a graphite, I think it's graphite, stick in there to help hold that. That was absolutely broke. It's just, I called the company, they don't make parts for it, they just said, you gotta buy a new net. So
We put cameras
we're
up there.
buying a new net. I actually had somebody come and ask me not yesterday, but last Friday, they was like, what happened to the pickleball court? Well, did somebody steal it? And I said, no, they didn't steal it, which I guess they could, but we're getting a new one, so. New water meters. We still need to change out all the meters. If your house if I haven't been to your house to put in a new water meter, it needs a new water meter. Get a hold of us. We did one this couple weeks ago after I got back. The guy said, how do I know that we needed new water meters? I said, well, do you come to the meeting? He said, no. And I said, of course you don't, because you've never been here. Do you watch them online? Nope, I'm not doing that. I said, okay, we put it in the newsletter. He goes, that'd be a great place, but I only just skimmed through that. Okay, well then you're never gonna know. So anybody at home watching, tell your friends, your family, if you got anybody living here, call us. We'll come put your new water meter in. Y'all need a new water meter. If I haven't been there, you need a new water meter. That's all there is to it.
What's some of the advantages of the new water meter?
The new water meter will let you know within 6 hours if you've got a damaging water leak at your home. If you are on vacation and nobody's at your house and all of a sudden you start getting a notification on your phone that you're using water, either somebody broke in, taking a shower, or you got a water leak. Matter of fact, I know Kurt just recently had a very, very small water leak and it was the softener, right?
Right.
And the company came out and fixed it and no more problem, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great, because, I mean, well, I won't be redundant, but yeah, this was a situation where the meter wasn't running, but the app still said I had a leak, so I have HomeServe, and their plumbers came out and they said, well, you don't have an active leak in the pipe or a toilet, and he saw some dripping from the water softener, and Culligan came out and took care of it. So I think it's a great thing to have.
Yeah, also, in the system, if you don't have one of the new water meters right now, which is happening, I was at a lady's house this morning on Longfellow, you're only gonna know that you got a big water leak or even a small one because you're gonna get a giant bill. The way that works is you only know a month after it's either been running or a month and a half it's been running. This will let you know the day it starts. So if it's a bad one and can damage your home, you do not want to allow that to just keep running. It will notify you. Okay. Now I got another one. I got a lot. Okay, so nobody in the town of Edgewood is supposed to be on fire hydrants except for myself, Carl, and the fire departments.
Yes.
Caught a contractor on one of our fire hydrants a couple weeks ago. No water haulers, nobody. People are stupid. They don't understand how to turn on a fire hydrant or shut it off. They will cause water hammer, which will cause things like this to break and cause water leaks. So, any resident sees somebody other than the town of Edgewood or a fire department using a fire hydrant, call somebody. Call the town, call me, call the police department. They're not to be on our fire hydrants. Okay.
I actually ran one of the pool companies out of town because they were tapping into one of our fire hydrants.
Absolutely, they are not supposed to be on anything of ours. Also, while I was gone, we have started, we need to do more surge protection at my water plant. I had a new electrician come in. We are we are not protected from surges from the power company or lightning, so I am getting that taken care of at the plant. Also, in some of those surge protections, we notice we have popped, in 7 days, we popped 3 fuses and pump number 3 was unable to run. So what we did was we called Ortman, which is the company that's replaced, or repaired 2 of our, water filters, which they are scheduled to come in on, September to do the 3rd one. They do all of our pump testing. They came in, they tested the pump. The pump was extremely hot. They told me that they thought with the age of it, it's like 13, 14 years old with the amount that is ran. Probably needs to either be rebuilt. So what we've decided, they gave me a quote, just a touch under $9,000. We can put a brand new pump on that. And if the brand new pump does not fit properly with the shaft that's there, they will install the new shaft as well. That is all in there with all the warranties that go with it. I have not got the actual quotes for those just yet, but Ortman is definitely the company that we are going to use for that. That company has treated us greatly. They, I know Brooke is sitting there quietly, but they are definitely some of our sponsors in the golf outing from last year and this year. So they're going to do a good job, and they're going to come back in and they're going to do pump testing on all of our all 3 wells again anyway. The last 2 years they've said, don't touch them. They're running at better capacity than they probably should. The flow and everything, there's no vibrations in them. They're running great. So that's one of the things that I was happy to come back to. Yeah, all right. Also, we're needing generators at our 2 lift stations. We've got one on Pershing, which is a stormwater, and then down on West A Street, which is our wastewater lift station, the major one. We had some power outage go out, and we were almost getting ready to overflow. If we overflow into the river, that's major trouble. It's a major fine. I couldn't tell you how much it is, but we're looking into getting generators for both of those. We've taken bids for those. So when those come in, I will be happy to share those. Also at the lift station, we've had a pump go down, so we were down to 1 on West A Street. We were down to 1. So a major rain event, we're going to be in trouble. We're looking at buying new pumps. Since I've been here, we have rebuilt 3 of those. The 3rd one I'm still waiting on. I've been waiting on for 6 months. The company that was supposed to do it, I made our contractors go to them, take it from them, and take it somewhere else. So I was tired of waiting on it. I need to get it done. Normally when things are running well there, we have both pumps installed, running, and we have one on the shelf waiting to go in when one goes bad, because they do pump a lot. So we want to make sure that we are doing well with that. Now that company that I am looking at buying pumps from is called BBC Pump. Their representative will be here tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. I would have gave him more notice, but he didn't let me know till 3 o'clock today. They also, I've hired that company, they came in and they have given us an alarm system on both of those lift stations. Now those lift stations let us know whether we have power failures, high alarms, pump failures, anything that goes wrong with them, they let us know what is going on with those.
So when you say they let you know,
They send myself and Carl text messages, emails, and they are set up to do the same on the work phone, which I do not carry home, but I do use my personal phone for, business, of course, here. So we get those like now. Used to, we just waited till somebody called and said, the red light's on. Okay. So now we get those, and then we also have a way of, we track all of that now. It's in a cloud, it gives us all of our information, so if we need to give anything to the state any longer about how you doing, what, this, that, and the other, we have it, you know. It was fairly cheap, I think it was under $5,000 to put in. It was, I thought it was something that we absolutely needed to have. This monitoring system does not in any way become a SCADA system. I mentioned earlier, the SCADA system is a system to where we would be able to remote in and make changes to pumpage, to chemical feed pumps, anything of that nature. This is just a total monitoring system. It'll just let you know when there's a problem, kind of like the warning lights on your car. Yeah, that's it. That's enough, isn't it? Unless you guys got questions. It's just been, the CCR, we got that done. That's been out. We got a note back from the state. Catherine sent me a message today, says, because once you do that and you send it out, we sent it in, they approved it, so then we got it printed, and then we sent it out to the public. Now we have to fill out another paper that says that we sent it out to the public. And how did we do that? So we did it by mail. By chance, Councilman Pickett, did you put that on our website?
The new one?
The new one?
Not yet,
The CCR for 2025?
but I do have it sitting on my desk.
Okay, because those are a year behind.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, one of the things that we needed to get done this year was our water audit. So we have, with Catherine's great help, we got that in together, and that is due by August 1st, correct? So we've got all of the information and stuff to the.
I think it's due a little bit later. I can't
Is it?
remember what Nancy said.
I thought it was August 1st, but either way, we've gotten them all the information, and all that information for, like, on my part is how much water did we pump in 2025? If you really want to know, it was 73 million gallons. Just to let you know, Anderson can do that in about 10 days. Backwash water, we backwashed 1.2 million gallons, just different things that nature. We had to put on how much water all of our town enemies what this building used, what that building used, what that building used. So we had to put all that stuff down, which we did. We have meters on those things now, monitoring, which according to them, we get points in good measure because we're measuring that stuff now where we used to just estimate it. So now those things are being actually metered so we can be more accurate with our numbers. So, all right, I think I'm done now. Please let me go sit down. Does anybody have any questions?
I actually have a question.
Okay.
We spend a lot of money on refurbishing the basketball court and the pickleball courts over the last couple of years. Should we consider the possibility of maybe putting some video cameras out there?
You know, I have gotten a hold of 3 or so different people, and nobody's ever called me back. The one guy, he told me that, yeah, you can do this. I've spoken with Chad, he's definitely big into surveillance. We actually went through one of the guys he knows. I've never heard from him in over a year, so we're not gonna go with that. They've got another system. Councilman Pickett, we've talked about that because it's definitely on the park side of things. I've got a line on another company, which they said they was gonna get a hold of me, told me he was gonna get a hold of me Thursday, and I'd spoken to him, but he said that the actual company representative was supposed to get a hold of me. They didn't call me on Friday or today, so I'll give them another week. But I know Councilman Pickett has talked about maybe even doing battery or cellular, something of that nature.
Solar,
Or solar.
Yeah.
Cellular.
yeah. I'll follow up with you and we'll tackle that and
We definitely need something that's
Hammer it
gonna
out.
be able to, have video on it that we would be able to tap into a cloud, go back, review, see, look at. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's almost inevitable. I can come in any day of the week and I can just find water bottles and trash laying around the trash can. And the trash can is not full, but we're just too lazy to put it in there. So I don't know who those people are. I don't know if they're residents. I don't know if they're non-residents, but we clean up a lot of trash.
Yeah. Well, when I ride my bike through there, the basketball courts are they're getting used. And again,
Yes.
we don't know if they're residents or out of town.
I know.
And as long as they're behaving themselves, I just ride by and don't think anything of it. But
Well,
if
we
we're gonna
did,
start having vandalism and that sort of stuff,
before I went on vacation, I had to call Randy because we caught somebody sitting up in the basketball court, in the basketball goal. He had climbed up there and was sitting on it like it was
Sitting
a
on
chair.
top of the backboard with his feet on the rim.
Well, he moved because he was sitting on it like he was sitting on his toilet. But he was
King of the
sitting
world.
up there. So,
King of the world.
it just
okay.
astounds me sometimes. I mean, you guys entrust me and I try to take the most pride I can into trying to make everything look as well as possible and pick it up as well as possible, but it still seems like there are people out there that just, it's not theirs, they don't care. And that's what we're gonna battle forever and ever and ever. That kind of thing is never gonna stop. You're always gonna have somebody that thinks it's gonna be funny to be a rebel, I say, just be a rebel.
Well, personally, I want to apologize to you. I did not realize when I reached out to you that you were in Ireland.
You know what? Don't. Taking over this job, and July 1st was 2 years for me. I absolutely love this job. I'm on all the time. I mean, my phone, you can get a hold of me in the evening, whenever, just if you need something, call, text, whatever.
Well,
I was happy to get that, because if there's a problem with our system, I definitely need to know about it immediately.
Well,
So-
the issue for me wasn't necessarily a problem within our system. The issue for me was the individual who reached out to me. They live for that sort of stuff, and I just didn't want us to get blown out of proportion. That's the reason why I raised it.
Yeah, and being where I was, I started freaking out a little bit, and I said, well, I told myself, calm down, read this, see what's in it, figure out what it is. So, and that was one of the things when I called the state inspector, which his name is Clint Woods, again, I said, I said, in this report, it says it looks like that we don't have any cybersecurity for skating. And he goes, well, you don't have any skating. And I was like, see, you get it. Why doesn't anybody, okay. But either way.
Okay. All right, thank you,
yeah.
Mr. Ferguson.
So,
Any
anyway,
questions for Mr. Ferguson?
oh, thank you.
Okay. Member reports, Ms. Farren.
I think Mr. Ferguson took care of my part.
Okay. Mr. Pickett.
Nothing to report.
Mr. McCord.
I reported last session that all the street signs have been changed in South Edgewood. That was erroneous. We found four that weren't changed yet, so they're on the board to be changed. So I want to retract what I said that they were all changed, because they're not.
And I want
will
to retract my statement too, because I said my street hadn't been changed and it had been, so.
You were the first.
I saw him eyeballing you just then.
So that's the only thing I have.
Okay, all right. Mr. Farren.
No report.
Okay. All right, Mr. Austin, town attorney.
Real briefly, took a look at a intercept agreement between Edgewood and South Madison Fire Territories. Dale still here?
No, he left.
Okay. And what that would do is just, since our department only can provide basic life support, this would allow us to use South Madison Fire Territory as necessary for advanced life support. So standard agreement, I told Dale, he's got the green light. It's something we've seen before, and we've also had something similar with Anderson in effect. Did prepare a ordinance to actually reduce our fees for golf cart registration for subsequent years. I did see I did not prepare this, but saw the resolution about the number of members on the town council. So I assume that's gonna be something introduced during new business?
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay. And I did talk to Tim Lannon, the deputy city attorney, about this annexation issue for 420 Layton Road. And I don't wanna go into that publicly, but I'd be happy to brief anybody about that privately. And that would conclude my report. Thank you.
So can we hold that then, because we have exec session on the books every month, an hour
Yeah,
before?
that'd be a good
Okay.
subject, because it involves real estate.
Okay, all right, so
That
let's,
would be a
okay,
good,
let's put
or
that
I can
on.
talk to people individually. If I talk to a group, you obviously
Okay.
can't violate the open door law by
Right,
talking to a majority.
Then let's put that on the agenda for the exec session for next month.
Okay, that's good.
All right, anybody have any questions for Mr. Alston? Okay, Mr. Servies, engineer report.
Not as long as Don's report.
No, it'll be short. You sure? I'll keep it shorter, promise. A couple things tonight. I'll be starting probably next month on doing the street pavement evaluations. We're gonna have to do that every year now for a community crossings grant. So I'll be using the method that I had to go to Purdue and get certified for. And I think, Brian, you said you wanted to go along and see how that was done on part of these. So,
Yes, exactly.
yeah, I'll let you know when I'm gonna do some of those. The other thing I've got, we were contacted by a church over on Central Way up there, and I think, Don, you may know about that one too. They're kind of on the, if you go where the southwest corner of Edgewood is, they're directly west of there. I can't think of the name of the church, but they've got like a daycare there,
Is that the Wesleyan Church?
school, is it?
No, it's not Wesleyan.
Yeah, I don't know, I forgot the name of it, but the pastor's Joe Jackson, I think is his name. They reached out because they're having severe septic problems. The state is gonna make them put in some tremendously expensive septic system that who knows how long it would even work. And this church is also, they're on Edgewood Water, which I'm not quite sure how that happened or anything. Do you have any idea, Don?
I believe Carl told me somehow, some way we did run a water line down to them. But it is, yeah, I don't even know where that meter's at.
Yeah, I don't know myself
I
either.
think they just pay a flat rate is what they pay.
I think that's what the ordinance says.
Yeah, I believe they only pay just a flat rate
Yeah, okay.
for that, if I remember correctly. It's not even metered. Their flat rate, if I remember correctly, with what I was told, I did not look it up. They're paying, I hate to say it, they're probably paying more than what they're using,
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that.
so.
Well, anyway, they had reached out to us to see go ahead.
Well, just real quick, the water that you pay for, if you're an Edgewood resident, the water that you pay for, you get 4,000 gallons for $26 and some odd cents. Even with their daycare, they may barely be going over the 4,000 gallons of water.
Okay. Well, what they had reached out for was to see the feasibility of connecting to Edgewood sanitary sewers. They would have to do that with a grinder pump, duplex station, and a force main going straight east. And I made a little sketch drawing that you guys can pass around while I'm talking about it. They'd have to go straight east along the farm field there, get an easement from the farmer, come up South Winding Way to the first manhole there at Tulip and tie in there. One thing, problem with the sanitary sewers is sanitary sewers are territorial. So this being, with them being in the city of Anderson, an agreement would have to be worked out like a city-town agreement if Edgewood deems that it's feasible for them to connect into the Edgewood sewer system. And then probably some way to determine how they would be charged to treat sewage. And I reached out to the city engineer to ask him about it. He was gonna do some investigation in it too. Because I know years ago, I was involved in a project on the south side of Anderson on 67th Street where there was a Sugar Fork assisted living facility going in. Well, Anderson had intended to serve that site. They had a 10-inch sanitary sewer at the intersection of Columbus Avenue and 67th Street that was about 15 foot deep that they had intended to extend over to that site. Fall Creek Regional found out about it and told Anderson that they would sue them if they served that assisted living facility because that was their territory. So they had, the assisted living facility had to put a lift station in and pump down Columbus Avenue to Fall Creek Regional's waste district instead of going to an existing gravity sewer. And it was a big fight between Fall Creek Regional and Anderson over that, so. First Friends Church, okay. So basically, that's what I wanted to just bring you guys so you're aware of it and everything.
So, if that's in Anderson,
Mm-hmm.
are they looking at us, well, two questions. One, because they're on our water system, or is it because it'd be cheaper for them to go through us versus going through Anderson?
They can't even go to Anderson.
I was getting ready to say, they don't even
Anderson
run
has
the line.
nothing close
Yeah.
by at all.
There's no line.
And it would be substantially cheaper for them to put in a duplex lift station and a force main, even getting easement from the farmer and everything, instead of spending probably $100,000 on a septic system that who knows how long it would last.
They would probably come, from where they're located, they will probably come straight east from where they're at.
Yeah, like I drew on the
And,
drawing
yeah,
there.
go right into the dead end there of Redwood.
Yeah, it's probably, I think it's Tulip and
Or is it
South Winding
Tulip?
Way. Yeah,
Is it
Tulip and
Tulip?
South Winding Way, I believe, yeah.
Okay. Now, the easy way to figure out what they would pay is we would go in, we would put an actual water meter on their water service, and then we would just treat them like a
Yeah.
standard. The biggest water meter that we have that does not belong to the restaurant over there is 1.5 inches, and it belongs to the church down here on the corner of Central and 32.
To me, the issue is not whether or not they're paying a fair rate for water, is what is it gonna cost them to run those lines?
It's gonna cost them, and I think this is conservative, Steve, you may even have a better idea. I had $300,000 to do all that.
I don't think it'll cost that much.
You don't think so?
No, because they can get by with probably a 2-inch force main and then a duplex
2
commercial.
inch with the grinder pump on it?
Yeah, with the grinder pump, and it's not the type of grinder pumps that you'd use in like one of the town's lift stations. It's just sized just for that facility.
So I'm gonna show my ignorance here, that's cheaper than putting in a septic.
Yes, in my opinion, it would be cheaper than putting in the type of system that the state's gonna make them do, and.
Plus, it's a one-time
Yes,
cost as
yes,
opposed to.
you might have to rebuild pumps or something like that, but the septic system, you don't have any idea how long it would even last. And I doubt whether they've got a good location for a perimeter drain outlet on a septic system over there either, so they're kind of between a rock and a hard place.
My only concern would be setting any type of precedent out there.
It just, I don't think so, because it's just gonna create more revenue for us, just a little bit. I mean,
It's kind of a unique situation, and I can't really think of anybody else in that area in that type of
No,
in that type of situation with a commercial type.
not with the commercial, there's a couple houses over
Yeah.
in that area, but other than
But
that,
everybody's on the west side of the road.
yes.
Yeah, and the houses over there have big
That's
enough properties, they have adequate room for additional septic systems and everything. The church really doesn't have room
No.
for a huge septic. So I'm sure it's gonna be a minimum of a sand mound, and that would be a big one. The state doesn't even like to approve systems that big if they could help them. I mean, I've designed them before, and the
They'd
states,
probably be more apt to say, hey, if you can hook into the town.
they would encourage it,
and
yes.
We'd encourage you to hook
Yes.
into the town.
And the city engineer was sympathetic to their plight over there. He just said, I just need to do some investigation on what type of agreement Anderson and Edgewood would have to come.
I thought,
Just,
maybe they'd like to let us annex that.
But the city would have to let you,
That, well,
yeah,
This is-
which,
So
but they're not contiguous.
to that
but we
point,
already have a water.
yeah, to that point, Patty, what I would say is I would definitely think that we ought to be a good neighbor, but by being a good neighbor, maybe that gains us favor into getting some of the property that we would like to have annexed, you know,
Yeah,
in the future.
in
yeah,
the future, yeah.
Especially for that water tower.
I mean,
Yep.
I would hate to use their
That'd be
plight
great.
as a bargaining chip for ourselves.
If we get some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we've got a-
Okay.
I mean, if we're able to help them out, then let's help them out, but then also after they help, then maybe we get a little selfish.
we can bring that up with Anderson, though,
Yeah.
look, we helped one of your residents
And
here.
we've already got a line down there at that point. So what do you need from us?
Well, nothing at this point, I just wanted to bring it to your attention, as I keep working on with the city engineer to try to see if Anderson's agreeable to it, I'll bring you back more information. Cause I'm sure Mike would have to work with the,
Well,
Tim
interlocal
Island.
agreement of some sort.
Yeah.
It'd be fairly minor for us.
yeah, so that's all I wanna do right now, is just bring it to your attention, so you'd be aware that, hey, I'm trying to work something out with the city engineer.
Has the state given them a timetable?
As soon as they can get something done.
ASAP.
Yeah, the state's always that way, you know.
Last week.
It's, yeah, yeah. Hurry up and wait till we tell you what to do, then we want it done immediately, you know.
So in the meantime, are they gonna be fined or,
Not as long as they're actively working on a solution.
okay,
What did he say? He's got a septic company coming out, every 2 weeks to
Yeah.
pump their septic to
Yeah.
make sure that they don't
Which
overflow or get
that's
back to-
expensive too.
Well, I have septic in my house and I use Payless and they told me it's $100 per 100 gallons. So my septic was 1,200 gallons, so it cost me $1,200 to get it pumped, so.
Yeah, you can imagine what they have
It's only-
to pay every 2 weeks.
Yeah, if it's 500 gallons and it's 500,
Especially if you got a
it's $1,000 extra
Yeah.
a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as the state knows they're actively working on a solution, they'll work with them on it.
okay.
I mean, I've run into those situations before.
I mean, just, not off the record, because we're not off the record, but just out of curiosity, would anybody be disagreeable if we could make something work?
I mean, we'd have to have a little bit more information, but at this point in time, it seems like it would be doable.
Based on the information we have right now, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and they'd have to have plans prepared by a professional engineer, because, you know, they'd have to be submitted to the State Department of Health also.
We have some revenue too.
Yeah.
From fees that we would otherwise be obtaining, so that could be a positive.
Yeah,
Not big, but be still be a positive for us.
At the edge. For some employees at the edge. Okay,
okay, that's all I've got.
all right, thank you. Any other questions for Mr. Service? Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Ms. Tanner,
I don't have anything to report.
no report? Okay. All right, old business. Does anybody have anything under old business? I have a few, but. Okay, all right. First bit of old business is to amend ordinance 101623 alpha, an ordinance to, for the annual fee for golf carts and motorized carts in the town of Edgewood. If you remember at last month's meeting, we voted to amend that ordinance. And so that ordinance is ready to be reviewed tonight. And it is ordinance number 072000, an ordinance updating the annual fee for golf carts and motorized carts in the town of Edgewood. Ordinance reads as such. Whereas the town of Edgewood, Indiana, has adopted an ordinance regulating the use of golf carts and motorized carts, and whereas the initial ordinance, which was adopted in October of 2023, the ordinance in relevant part stated that the cost of the registration and inspection fee is $100 per golf cart or motorized cart per year, which fee may be prorated for a part of the year. And whereas the town of Edgewood believes that it is appropriate to retain the original $100 registration and inspection fee, but reduce the fee for later years. Be it therefore ordained by the town of Edgewood, by the town council of the town of Edgewood, Madison County, Indiana, as follows. 1. The cost of the registration and inspection fee is $100 per golf cart or motorized cart per year, which may be prorated for a part year. In subsequent years, however, the renewed fee for the same golf cart or motorized cart shall be $50 per year. 2. In other respects, ordinance number 10163623 Alpha titled, an ordinance regulating the use of golf carts and motorized carts in the town of Edgewood will remain in full force and effect. Passed and adopted by the Town Council of Edgewood, Madison County, this 20th day of July 2026. Is there a motion that we approve the ordinance? It's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and properly second that we approve ordinance number 072000, an ordinance updating the annual fee for golf carts and motorized carts in the town of Edgewood. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. All right. Is there a motion that we read ordinance number 072000 for second reading?
So moved.
It's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been seconded that we read ordinance number 072000, and I'm going to amend that by title only. An ordinance updating the annual fee for golf carts and motorized carts in the town of Edgewood. It's been moved and properly second. Those in favor of approving the second reading, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Hearing none. I'll entertain a motion that we approve ordinance number 072000 in its third and final reading by title only. Is there a motion?
So moved.
It's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. It's been moved and properly seconded. Ordinance number 072000, an ordinance updating the annual fee for golf carts and motorized carts in the town of Edgewood be approved in its third and final reading. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. The ayes have it. The ordinance updating the annual fee for golf carts and motorized carts for the town of Edgewood has been approved. Can I use your black pen, please? Okay, let's see. All right, we have a resolution, and Mike, you had mentioned the resolution shifting our council members would be new business, but I want to correct you, it actually would be old business because a couple of years ago, we did address this and we tabled it. So I will bring it back this evening as old business. Okay. All right, so we have a resolution that we would like to adopt tonight, just to kind of give you some background. Currently, our town council, there are 6 members of the town council, and 2, I believe, represents south, 2 represents north, and then I think the other 2 are at-large members, which means they can be in the north or they can be on the south. So that makes up our current council. Currently, as the council sits, if we, and this hasn't happened since I've sat here, but if we have a tie vote, 3 and 3, the final vote goes to the clerk treasurer. Now, it's not that we want to eliminate Catherine from breaking any of our ties, but we thought it might be beneficial for us as a council to downsize from 6 down to 5. Now, the way that makeup would work is yet to be seen, because, you know, we can go 2, 2, and 1, or we can go 1 and 1 and 3. You know, that'll be up to the council if this resolution is passed. The urgency for this is we have to bring a referendum to the members or to the residents of the town of Edgewood to be voted on in the upcoming election. And the deadline to get a referendum onto the ballot, I believe, is the 1st of August. If we do not move on this tonight, then this has to be postponed. It won't make it on the 2026 ballot to be on the 2027 ballot for election. It would have to wait another 4 years. So that's why we are bringing it forward tonight, so that we can meet the August 1st timeline. So basically, if we approve this resolution tonight, the resolution then would go to the county election board and then to the state election board for approval to be on a referendum in November. The referendum would only be whether or not the residents of the town of Edgewood wants to go from 6 members down to 5. We don't get to make that decision. You do as residents of the town of Edgewood. If the referendum passes, then in 2027, when this board, when the council is up for re-election, we will have 5 members on the ballot instead of 6. So that is what we are discussing, and that is what we will be voting on tonight. Okay, any questions? Yes, sir.
How would you reduce versus add another?
Can I take, I'll take that. State law allows us to have anywhere from 3 to 7. If you look at even larger towns throughout the state, most generally they have anywhere from 4 to 5 people. And the idea 7, I think, would be a little large, especially we want to have at least an odd number so we can have a tiebreaker. And I think 5 more reflects what the community's becoming. That way, one of the discussions we'll have is whether we have 2 and 2 and 1 at large, or 1 and 1 and 3 at large. Okay, that's what we'll be discussing, but that's about the only reason.
I'm not sure if a town our size would warrant 7 council members.
Just curious.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it is kind of difficult even filling 6 right now.
Well, because I think the discussion down the road was going, if this is passed and the referendum is approved, I think the discussion will be what can we do for the makeup of this council to be able to get more residents involved. You know, one of the ways of being able to do that is expand the at-large. As of right now, the way the council is situated is to try to give equal representation to North and South. And we've got to be very careful with that, because if we go 1 and 1, 1 North, 1 South, and then 3 at large, we could conceivably end up with 3 South at large or 3 North at large, and then, you know, if North outweighs the South, you know, are we going to do we have residents in the South Edgewood that, you know, might be upset because they might think we're doing more things for the North because of the way the council is situated? I mean, that's for down the road. But we think 5 is much more manageable for a town our size versus 7.
Okay.
Good question.
Just one.
Okay. So the resolution at hand is resolution number 2026-0720-00, a resolution to propose a decrease in town council membership for the town of Edgewood, Indiana. Whereas the town of Edgewood, Indiana is a duly formed municipal corporation within the state of Indiana, governed by its legislative body, the Town Council of Edgewood. And whereas Indiana Code 36524.2 provide that a town legislative body may adopt a resolution to submit a public question to the voters regarding changing the total number of its council members. And whereas the town council consists of 6 members, and the council finds that decreasing the size of the legislative body to 5 members serves the best financial and administrative interests of the town and its residents. Now therefore be it resolved by the town council of the town of Edgewood, Indiana as follows. 1, submission of public question. The town council hereby requests that the Madison County Election Board place a public question on the ballot for the next scheduled general election, which is scheduled for Tuesday, November 3rd, 2026. 2, form the question pursuant to Indiana Code 36-5-2-4.2, subsection B, subsection 3, and Indiana Code 3-10-9-4. The question shall be submitted to the voters in the following form. Shall the number of town council members be decreased from 6 to 5? 3, certified copies. The clerk treasurer of the town of Edgewood is directed to certify a copy of this resolution and deliver it to the Madison County Circuit Court clerk and the Madison County Election Board in accordance with Indiana election laws. 4, effective date. This resolution shall be in full force and effect immediately upon its passage by the town council. Is there a motion that we adopt resolution number 2026-07-20-00, a resolution to propose the decrease in town council membership for the town of Edgewood, Indiana?
So moved.
It's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and proper second to approve resolution number 2026-07-20-00, a resolution to propose a decrease in town council membership for the town of Edgewood, Indiana. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. All right, approved on first reading.
Just the one reading.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Do this.
That's a lot of reading. Okay, all right, it has passed. All right, I just need everyone's signature. Are there any other old business?
Yes, I would like to, we spoke last month on trying to find somebody, renew our commitment to find somebody or to lease the edge. And I'd like to see if we can follow up on that.
What do you want to follow up on?
Advertisement, like Mike did the last time. Request for proposals. What kind of feedback we can get from this again. Because we didn't enter this to run this for 5 to 10 years.
Okay, I guess I'm trying to figure out, Mr. McCord, what it is that you are expecting us to do tonight. I mean, I think I believe that there is an agreement within the council that we want to move in that direction.
Right.
I'm not certain we're in a position tonight to say that we've started that process.
I'm just saying, let's get the ball rolling.
Okay. Okay.
That's all.
You're just putting it to the forefront to make sure we don't forget
Okay.
about it.
Right.
Yeah, I think we've asked Mr. Farren and Ms. Farren, as well as Mike, to take the lead on that.
Right.
So let's get that on the record.
And if anybody has ideas, I mean, Kurt had a good idea last time we did this, so we've done this twice.
You took the
Had one proposal in response to the first time we ran the ad. The second time we didn't get any proposals, but we did put an ad in the IPJ. I mean, that was Business Journal, which I thought was a great idea, that was a Kurt's idea, but if anybody has any ideas about how to get the word out to prospective bidders, then that's the key thing, to get the word out and thus increase our chances of getting somebody we find acceptable.
Mr. McCord, for tonight's purposes, we have that now as officially in the minutes.
Right.
Those three will take the lead on that.
Thank you.
Any other old business? Okay. All right, new business. Mr. Pickett, I think you have something that you want.
Yeah, it's mostly for informational purposes right now. One of the things that we had talked about prior is getting some type of an LED information sign out in front of the utility office, the town hall, somewhere that we can utilize. Big sign, flashes really good messages across there. We could utilize that more for safety, to get information out to people. And I did some research on it, and I've actually got a couple of people that are going to give me some quotes, but I'm also looking into writing a grant proposal, which I've already got written. It's only 17 pages long. Can you believe that? I've got a grant proposal written already. I'm just waiting until I get some of the quotes, and then we can talk about it here. The steps involved, we would go ahead and have another proposal. Mike, are you ready? We're gonna have another proposal that we'll put up, that we move forward with pursuing this for acquiring a grants purpose. And the big thing about how much is it gonna cost the town? Well, it's not gonna cost the town if we get it covered under grants. What we might be looking at is some money for, I know what you're gonna say. We're looking at some money for the infrastructure to run electricity out to it. And that might have something to do with what you're gonna say.
But we also need to fix the drainage first, so it doesn't.
We're not gonna put it in the same spot now. I got different ideas. We'll go over those once we come to an idea on what we're gonna do. But also, we'll roll this in with our comprehensive plan that we'll have coming in the next few months. That'd be part of that. Okay.
So Rob, from that LED reader board,
Yeah,
and some public service announcements.
big, yes, big, really big.
Like the one on 8th Street in front of that clinic?
Something like that. You'll go by churches, you'll see them in front of churches. Mill Creek Center in Chesterfield has a big one. Parker City has a big one.
Could you sell advertising on it?
You could sell advertising on it, yes, you could. You could also put information that the public, like when we get these reach alerts where the weather is drastic, please stay inside, that flashes across. When there's a problem with the water, that flashes across. When we've got problems with the electricity, that flashes across. And all of that, we'll go over the details of all that as it comes about, but I think it'll provide a service to the town, and it'll be out where people can see it, because as Don was saying earlier, well, I don't get on the internet and I don't look at the web page, I don't look at the Facebook page, I don't read the flyer that comes. Well, there ain't nobody standing out the back door screaming it, so I guess we gotta put it on a sign out front.
Well, my first thought is, we got an ordinance violation.
Depends on how big it is.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep. Depends on how big it is. We'll keep it within those strengths of the ordinance.
Well, we could always write a new ordinance.
Yeah, no, we can always amend it too.
Yeah, amend it.
Or an exception.
We could always go to Mr. Farron, to the BZA.
We'll go to the BZA and see what they say.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be a good community service in the near future.
Okay. All right. Any other new business? Okay. All right. Well, we will open it up for questions and comments. I would ask any members of the audience, if you have any questions or comments, one, please come to the podium. Announce yourself. You don't need to tell us where you live, and please try to keep your comments to 2 to 3 minutes.
Yes, good evening. My name is Roger Riddle. I live at 3529 Tulip. And I just want to say thank you to the board for all that you do. And thank you for this event that happened last week where they could take all the trash and unwanted items to be disposed of. As I drive around or ride my bike, I see places that have needed some attention, some things that needed to be addressed. And since this happened, I've seen a big difference.
Awesome.
It's always a challenge to sometimes get people to do what's right, but with some encouragement and with an opportunity like that, it seems to be, helpful, very helpful. And I do thank you for your comments earlier that you would want to do this possibly biannually. We got a nice town here, and a thought just keeps coming to my mind. In 1781, as Ben Franklin was leaving the Continental Congress, a woman approached him and said, "What kind of government do we have?" And he says, we have a republic if we can keep it. We have a nice town if we can keep it. And by the work that you folks are doing, I think we can keep it. Thank you very much.
Appreciate your
Thank
comments.
you, Roger.
Thank you.
For the record, if you come up, you don't have to give us your address, because with this being live streamed, I don't want somebody to come looking for you later on. Knocking on your door.
I live on Westwood Court.
Okay.
You'll look at his property, it's pretty sharp.
Yeah.
Very meticulous.
Yeah. Okay, this is the animal ordinance.
Good evening to everyone, and I'll try to make this as brief as I can. I had like 4 pages of notes that I was going to read, but I'll condense that. I've lived in
Your name,
Edgewood.
please?
Oh, I'm sorry, Debbie Hoppus.
Hey, Debbie.
I've lived in Edgewood now for over 30 years, actually 32. And I grew up in this area as well. I'm very proud of Edgewood. I always have been. I've loved the environment, my neighbors, wonderful. The question I have, my neighbors are great. Okay, I'm gonna say 99.99% of the people, the residents that live out here are absolutely fantastic. I'm an animal lover, okay? I am concerned about a neighbor that resides behind me. And I'll preface a little bit before I go into that. I guess my concern and question I have for the town is whether the town could possibly consider updating existing animal ordinances to include basic proactive standards for the care of our outdoor dogs. I see my neighbors and people I see walking their animals, great. But it only takes one that can mar our reputation. And unfortunately, I live next to that one. They now are pinning a dog in their backyard, 24/7. That's where the dog lives, it's a small pen. The dog has basically for shelter half of a barrel. When I look through, they have a privacy fence, and I can look through the slats so I can see sometimes what's going on. I work a lot outside, so when I'm outside, I'll walk down there, I'll even talk to the poor creature. And to see him suffering, it's heartbreaking, especially when there's nothing I can do. And that's why I'm asking that you consider please updating our ordinances. I'm sure, as I said, 99.9% of the residents out here treat their animals as family. I know I do. But it just takes one. It takes one bad apple. And unfortunately, society lives next to that one. And so if you could consider that, I think there are a lot of people that would appreciate it. I know my immediate neighbors would appreciate. We share our feelings about the situation. And it's so bad, we don't even sit on our patios at night because we worry about that animal suffering. So if there's anything that you could do.
Debbie, I've got a question.
Yes.
Something you're quite, you're really into. I understand that. I'm with you. If you have any ideas, because you've looked at the ordinance and see what they say now, correct? Have you been able to?
The Edgewood ordinances? Yes, I
Okay.
have.
So with that, any ideas that you might have, because we always like input from the community whenever we're trying to update anything, and it's input, or if anybody else out there has any type
I
of
know
input they'd like to
APL.
give, that would be great.
Wonderful. They drafted wonderful ordinances.
Mhm.
But I'm not sure, did you say that the town of Anderson has not yet posted them as part of theirs?
No, they're posted.
Okay. What I'd like to do is pull from that.
Okay.
Because, and I wrote down here in my mini notes, I wrote down here, just a few basic proactive standards that maybe our updated ordinance could cover. Extreme weather protection. This poor dog was lying in his confined area when it was 94 air temp, and that was well over 100. And, you know, it's just cruel. Provision for fresh water and food regularly. Define what is appropriate shelter. Restrict long-term continuous tethering, chaining, confinement, outdoors. And I'm speaking only of the outdoor dogs, not indoors. And provide and maintain sanitary area. I know we have that currently in our ordinance. But just define what is.
I'll go online and look at,
Okay, I
we'll
thought I
go
read
online and
that.
look at what they've got in theirs and see how it pertains to
Yeah.
ours.
But I've lived here, I said 32 years, and I really have never had any reason to question our ordinance because there was really no reason to review it. People just seem to take very good care of their animals. And the one neighbor, I'm hoping that's an isolated case, and I hope that never happens again. But what recourse do we have? This is the third dog the man has had. This one has been confined to a very small, I'm calling it a little, an oversized crate. It's big enough for him to move around. He has that half barrelless shelter. No grass, it's on concrete. So when it's so hot outside, that dog is suffering in so many ways. So I just wanted to bring it to your attention. And my neighbors are also concerned as well.
Unfortunately, we have not updated this ordinance since 2021. And when I look at the ordinance, I would expect to see something in the area of abuse of animals, and we don't
There's
address
none.
it. So, okay.
There's none.
Okay.
I think it's time that we consider
We'll look at it.
ordinances that protect the animals.
Okay, we'll look at it. We'll take that under
Thank
advisement.
you.
May I comment, please? I think we've all read news articles where authorities have come in and removed animals from properties. Are those state agencies or state police, or what governing body would, because is that something that could be reported to the appropriate authority to visit and make a determination?
Hi, I'm Aaliyah Stringer. I live here in Edgewood. First of all, I would like to say I deal with the city of Anderson on a regular basis concerning animals, and I'm always thankful when I come home here because we don't have the issues here that anywhere close to what we have there. But the city of Anderson and the county both we are working on new ordinances or to update ordinances for both county and city. We're going to be doing that currently. I have some ordinances that I wrote back in 2018 for the city of Anderson that might work for you. And so if you want me to send those to you, I certainly can. I also have a really nice list of ordinances up in, I believe it's Lafayette, that kind of are model for the state. So that might be something that you want to look at too. They're nice, they make sense, they're not crazy. So that could be something that you could pick and choose from what you want to take from it, but I'm happy to send it to you.
If you would like, that is our ordinance right there. If you want to take that with you.
Okay,
I mean,
so who would I send it to here? Ordinances. I mean, I'll send it to whoever you want me to. You can just take a look at them.
she,
Do you have an email for me or something? Do that as well.
yeah, any help you can give us would be appreciated.
Okay, we can do that. As into who removes animals, typically, I mean, oftentimes where it gets confusing is you have ordinances by the city or the county, but state statute is supposed to supersede. So if you have a state statute that can jump in, you know, but on a lot of these where you see animals being removed, there has to be a warrant, there has to be a lot of things going on in order to make that happen, and it's usually a nightmare.
One distinction here, so with an ordinance passed by the town of Edgewood, the city of Edgewood, we cannot impose jail time. We have no right to say in an ordinance, you violate, you're going to jail, whereas a state statute, you can. You say this is a misdemeanor, jail up to a year, felony, typically jail over 1 year. So that's the thing. Some of these people that are describing, or what Debbie's describing, they ought to be in jail, really. Hence, the only recourse to get them there would be going through the prosecutor and having the state of Indiana file charges. But I think it'd be great to upgrade our ordinances, but again, we're limited because we can't, you know, we cannot impose jail for a violation of the town of Edgewood ordinance. So,
And it's mostly a misdemeanor, anytime it happens. One of the cases we have right now going on, there were 5 dogs brought to us in the back of a pickup truck. They were all emaciated, covered in filth. One was actively dying in the back of the truck. The man hadn't fed them in 2 weeks. He didn't see anything wrong with this. And so normally, I mean, I don't know how well y'all know me, but I yell and scream a lot about animal stuff. And this time, we got an officer who was willing to go for cruelty, and he went to state statute. And so it's going to be a penalty instead of a misdemeanor. So that's the good thing, because nothing much ever happens to anybody who commits animal cruelty.
And I will say the neighbor in question, my neighbor, the excuse he has for the treatment of the dogs is that these are hunting dogs. And hunting dogs, it's okay to chain them and confine them. I don't see why one breed, one type of dog should be excluded from humane treatment. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Animal's an animal, yeah, doesn't make
Yeah.
sense.
There is.
I'll send these to you. Okay? Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate your time. 116 Central, 116 Central Way. Central Way. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Okay. Okay. I will entertain a motion to approve the April Town Council minutes.
So moved.
It's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, April. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? All right. And don't forget before you leave, if you haven't already done so, to sign the exec sessions, the minutes that are here as well. All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve the May Register of Claims.
So moved.
Okay,
Second.
it's moved in second. Approve the Register of Claims. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Okay, it's been moved. Second?
Second.
All right, this meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
Mr. Ferguson, can I ask you a question, please?
Yeah. Make sure Mike's on there. Hey, Mike, I need situation I want to talk to you about.
Can we potentially put a sign up leading into Wesley?
Okay, cool.
Do we have a sign like that?
Yeah, I'd love to pull one on that.
I'll use it.
I'll get you one.
Okay. Yeah, I'm starting to see more and more people pulling in there.
Yeah, no problem, as long as you don't think I can get it like
Oh, no,
this
no, no,
week.
no, 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 no. Just we can get it on, we can get on your side. That would be helpful. I really am sorry. If I'd have known you in Ireland, I wouldn't have.
No.
It's just that the woman, the lady that sent that to me, she loves
Drama.
in legislative bodies. That's what she lives for.
Well, I hope she was
And
watching.
she's got a huge following.
I hope she was watching. So if she was watching, she just heard. So.
Rob? You follow up with her, Rob? You follow up with her on the ordinance?
Yeah.
Oh, what I meant to tell Patty, she meant to.
She's right there.
To remind everybody the golf outing.
Well, and I wanna
Yeah, right.
Long ass meeting.
That's why we should go back to like 2 o'clock.
Well, honestly, I said to myself, tonight, we show up here and there's very minimal people, we're going back to 5 o'clock. Because we moved this to 6 so that residents can come out, and they're still not coming out. As far as I'm concerned, this is a test pilot. Because you don't know how much I hated the fact that I had to wait to 6 o'clock to do this.
And I don't like it when it gets in the wintertime because it's dark.
making sure
And normally I would drive from my house, but I just didn't.
You join the council and your wife stops coming, man, we gotta put you out of here so your wife can start coming back.
Unfortunately, she's been camping.
She's been camping.
Yeah, her and a girlfriend go camping. And the 2 camps that she's had so far this year has fallen with our meetings. So she's over in Summit Lake fishing and stuff.
Oh, your wife's in outdoors?
Yeah, she likes to be out there. Yeah, yeah.
I wish I had a wife like that. Then I can justify getting a boat.
There you go, there you go. She likes,
Yeah, that's what I hear.
what she does, she just casts out from the bank and just sits there. You know, just enjoys being there. But that's,
For some people, especially me, if I'm stressed, you put me by water,
oh yeah, oh yeah.
it'll calm me down.
It does.
She
Sure does.
You probably want to make this rule about.
I'm going to some dinner
Where you're
first.
taking water to your property and channeling on the other
Did you,
person's
I
property.
meant to.
But yeah, so there's a potential liability he's got, I'm not sure to the town, but definitely to the neighbors.
Well, she's asked us.
Remember you told me about mobile,
That it was because the water line comes in from the back, so there's a water main in the back. So we
mobile lawn repair, or you would have, the guy who comes to the house and repairs your. What you want to tell me about that?
Get on the show. We had to reset it, we reset it. That sounds rental.
They'll come to
She
your
doesn't
house.
have.
Well, I got a guy.
Especially after she got.
She said rentals every.
Okay, I thought you were the one that turned me on to this mobile lawn repair. No, that's a good thing, because whoever turned me on to it, I'm just going to.
I have a bit of water, but
No, it's gonna grow.
by middle of June.
So rentals comes to the house as well?
Which is good, because the more people see
They
it.
advertise.
Well, rentals sold.
And I haven't spoke with them on this particular subject.
See you guys.
Another subject.
Danielle?
because they wanted to put a gravel driveway.
See you later, Howard.
No,
Yeah.
but they are.
You didn't do that
Like I
Saturday.
said, don't- huh?
You didn't do that on Saturday, did you?
Even.
No, that's why I couldn't, that's why I
Even the
couldn't.
wife of,
Oh, you couldn't.
That's why I couldn't live. I got bruised ribs and.
you know, yeah, we
Okay.
rerouted the line a little different and.
Jess, when you and I tried to do
water
that one
over on
time,
it. You know, she
So
goes,
it
I
didn't
got.
work.
like I said, don't call me after you. Well, my elbow was because when I guess
That'd be enough.
Or something, so
Why- why-
but I mean, it's pretty dead.
my elbow, because when I bounced off of.
So, okay, so the fellow that sits at the corner of 32 and
What's the first thing you
Golf
did?
Yeah, on the car.
My first reaction was, I'm wearing a
Right,
helmet.
okay,
Still, my
now,
head is
they've
round.
done wood so
My
bad,
first
they
reaction.
took, I was told they take it out in ground pool, they fill it up with, gravel and different things like that, but now, that's pumping over onto the field. So, you know, he's got that
Yeah,
privacy fence that runs from north to south.
Yes.
On the east side of his property. She lives just on the east side. And she's been contacting me, I've been trying to let her know, I told her I've been busy, I'm sorry, I told her I
Okay.
definitely told her.
Because
I
I
was
got a
gonna
kid,
see you
I
guys
ordered a
tonight.
kid of 4 backpacks, good for younger elementary.
Steve said that there's
So, and I've got one
a
other,
place back there.
Hoosier Parks aren't gonna show up till
Tap
tonight.
down into
They're-
sewer.
But I don't know what they're gonna do.
And
She's like, it's gonna be
it should
backpack and maybe some
not
stuff
waste
that's
time.
pertaining to school.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
Groundwater stuff will allow, will be allowed.
I don't wanna know about that.
Like, what, water bottles or something?
Right.
We'll figure something out.
If that were to happen, I think he should think.
So, yeah, we've got,
I'm waiting for your back.
You know, so,
and
so if I go to him.
I know.
Okay, she's having this issue.
But they have
So
to,
we don't need any more bikes.
Can I use the words
they'll do a
under
survey
common law
until
case
they
law,
get back with us.
according to a lawyer, this is
I have-
your responsibility to fix because you are intruding over onto private property.
But I think there's more.
Is that, is something like that
Yeah,
okay
not
to
the
say?
right guy said.
Yeah, yeah.
We were talking
Okay.
about.
We can pass the ordinance.
Because like I said, the biggest thing for me is I don't wanna incriminate the town in
With
any
the money
way
they pass
to
through.
make a lawsuit to say, oh, well, the town said I could do it this way or that. I definitely don't, I don't wanna give him any ideas on how to fix it, I just want him
And
to
that's
We
like,
had 2
fix
bikes.
it out. Yeah.
And we're free from channeling water, or routing water onto
And,
the
I
property.
mean,
That's what he's got.
Just keep pushing and pushing and pushing.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Good
Little balance bike.
Okay, well, yeah, 'cause I definitely didn't want
There's,
to,
like those, they have no.
I mean, I don't
power.
mind incriminating.
They're just balancers, so kids can
But,
use them.
but at the same time,
That's
I
like a tricycle.
work for somebody I don't work for quite a while, so I definitely don't
So
want
it's
to.
just the foot.
Because it follows that old common law concept of common enemy doctrine, where you can deal with stormwater, but you can't do it in that.
We're not giving her.
So
They
you're
didn't give
protected.
her faith in
So
humanity.
good question.
31, 30, 31, whatever it
Trying
takes.
to fit it in my schedule to go out.
And then,
Now, I like your Ireland hat.
Hey, that's a huge
and,
problem.
well, he's all mine.
You wanna show up tomorrow
But she
morning
gave me
at
this
nine?
gift.
I can't,
Tricky rule.
or I would.
Well, you,
And we didn't push
I
it.
said
It's going back to hundreds of years,
That's good.
what you can and can't do.
I know, that's why I didn't say anything, I got an appointment at 9 tomorrow.
Okay.
I remember that year I took a geology class.
I'll stop by.
and,
After
I
you.
don't know what's always stuck in my mind. The instructor said,
What time's early?
Yeah.
right after that.
Yeah, so those,
an average asked,
yeah, Jessica's got
what's
this.
the most people
Thing every year.
And they're gonna coordinate on
Yeah.
them and our.
Yeah, you can print that out, hang them up.
Yeah.
Flood water, yes, yeah.
Oh,
thank you.
The trip to Ireland was
Just see the sign?
good. I would go back. The way we done it, we was with a group and we wound up being with a bigger group.
I got 4 signs, 4 signs printed.
I would wanna go with.
Well, that's
smaller
what
group,
your
so,
was,
Yeah.
what signs?
Oh, those signs.
Yeah.
Oh,
One of some of the
My
sites
sister-in-law
was
was
also
like, we
cliffs
haven't
and
even known
things of
this
that
before.
nature. So I took pictures, but they just don't.
I said, well,
Those are,
No,
those are
the
the types
national-
of things you
The
definitely
national
wanna see
sells
in
signs like
person.
that,
and get the full scope like that.
Use them once.
Tell Rob, we were at one of these one cliffs, and, there's nothing to stop you from
I said,
doing suicide,
I'm not
just walking around.
So I wonder, Don,
I said, it was
my,
just,
our kids are up there right now, is it that sleeve?
You have to buy
Something sleeve, they took pictures of the cliffs and they hiked along the top of it. And there's no fences or anything.
there's nothing, and it very well could be. They had to go out on an island to get to them, and then they had to
Yeah, they had
walk
to take
up
a
to the
boat,
top,
had to take a boat.
to where the fort used to be.
I don't
But I got in touch
know.
with
I have,
Let's see, I'm curious.
oh yeah.
And I can, and I
Some of my most treasured feelings were I saw.
roll them up, put them away for next year, put them back out.
So they attach them to the posts?
No, we got zip ties. Don and Carl,
Okay, so
they brought their big pole banger out.
this is me standing there taking a picture. At
So,
the-
Oh, wow.
You know, okay, so what's it say,
Inishmore
Inishmore, yeah, it's out on an island,
No, we're
Inishmore.
getting generous.
That's,
Because we're moving the bounce houses away from.
Well, they could've went to the one that has Brian's Tower, that had Brian's Tower at it.
I don't
The
remember.
green
what you're
space,
saying.
you know where the dumpster is?
So anyway, these are just, I mean, you could just walk up, you just walk up. You know,
Right across.
so these are good, we had to actually go buy these and go around.
And I was thinking, well, if I'm gonna do that, then
Some of the families.
I got
So
it.
this,
I was
where
like,
you
well,
just
they
saw
rent
the pictures
generators,
was over
so they're
here,
bringing
I
the bounce
actually
houses, bring
walked,
generator.
I actually
And we can
walked
plug stuff
up
into that
and go
generator.
higher, and this was all a,
The,
form.
Dave, yeah,
So-
they probably do.
I mean, we had to go up, these are some of the original stones
Dave,
that, you know,
Dave
that you
intentionally,
you
that's
walk
why
through.
the.
And everything, like this stone
We
wall,
put him up by the
this stone, it is
so that he
everywhere.
can get power.
I mean, I've got pictures of landscape, I mean, if you wanna build something, just pick it up and go start stacking. I mean, that stone is everywhere.
Trash cans?
This is called sleeve leaf.
Well, yeah, because we rolled those
No,
out.
I don't think
It's a
I
trash cans.
Yeah.
made it
probably
anywhere like
4
that.
or 5 or 6.
No, it looks pretty nice.
Oh, that's pretty too.
Oh,
geez. Who's that for?
That's my stepson and his
Yeah,
wife and
so
daughter.
here's the top of where that seemed, that I saw stuff just exactly.
Oh, thank you.
So here, I see these people, they're laying
He's
there,
got,
just
he's
looking,
got
you know,
insurance.
I wound up
So
doing
we
it.
don't need.
My wife got a picture of me doing that, then I got silly and I was.
I've got a
I'm
copy of
definitely
his,
scared of heights,
his
but I
insurance.
did.
We had it last year too.
I didn't figure I'd ever go back. So,
Just because if
but
there's
this
anything.
is higher, and I'm looking back over at the water that you've already saw. Now,
That's-
this is a little bit different,
That's ample.
this is on the other side.
Oh, yeah, also.
Go, and that's where.
Yeah, that's one reason I got him
Now,
last year.
this picture here,
How vertical.
Because this place downtown.
now I zoomed in on that
We did
one, that
waivers, we did
one
waivers the first year
was,
because they used the company.
was pretty cool.
Here.
To zoom in on that.
Yeah, that looks, that's,
And
I can't remember.
so
She
there is a
didn't have
movie
insurance on her side.
that
So
Colin
that's why we did the
Farrell
waivers
did
real quick.
on this island.
right.
So last year when we started looking,
Banshees
I
of Inisherin.
purposely.
Oh, I think I've heard about the
I'm
movie.
not sure the
And
guys.
I don't
they,
think
they call it
Yeah, yeah. It's two character movie. It's
pretty close, pretty
Yeah,
close.
I
There's
wanted to
not
see
very
it.
many either, but I found it to be a dark
Nice.
slash comedy drama because of the way it goes. You know, and I need to, I watched 4 movies on the way home on the plane because I couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
And I was on a plane for 9.5 hours.
That sounds like-
And this was
yeah.
the movie.
I'll send you a paper too.
So I need to go back and see
That's
it
why,
again.
that's why I chose.
I want my wife to watch it.
And then,
I
and then
want to
he
watch it
came,
just to see
he
if I miss
cut the
anything.
bounce houses off last
But
year.
it's
He's
a
like,
pretty
"Well, you were doing a bike giveaway,
simple
I would've brought one of those."
movie. I mean, they're
Well,
set
next
back
year,
in the
I'll tell
1920s, maybe 1930s,
So I
maybe as
told him,
early
and he
as,
hasn't told
maybe
me if
as,
he's bringing a bike or not.
as
But
late
he
as,
will show up though.
I bet he will.
but they had talked about in the movie when,
I will go check on her over
in
there.
1922 is when
Because I wanna see how
Irish
she's
gained its
doing.
republic
Well, that's, I
from
appreciate, she's in
Britain,
room
and that
7 in the
was the
rehab.
guy.
Perfect number.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
It's the name of a movie, I watched the movie.
Yeah.
I
I guess Joe's in hospice. Pardon me? Joe's in hospice.
Michael Collins.
There's,
It's a movie
there's a.
about-
Okay.
And
Okay.
in the movie, it's played by,
We need to do something.
Well, I got an email complaining.
Because they said to contact either his son and daughter, or son, whoever's staying with him, because he sleeps a lot, to schedule time with them, to either call or stop by, or whatever they think is best. Yeah, because I don't wanna
No, definitely not.
I didn't know if they
go
were
so
on
they
the.
can go in.
Right.
They were, until they
So
moved.
What about that
these are the
van?
cliffs.
Is it-
I haven't looked at it, I
He
can't.
said it has to be.
This is where.
Issue, yeah,
Like
she's
Now,
in
la-
there.
last year,
That's why he couldn't.
I sent a
So-
letter to
Yeah.
somebody
Yeah.
where neighbors were complaining about a car that had in the cars.
We're pretty tremendous.
So,
Well,
Now you get up and you
that would be their
walk
third
around
if you're
these.
one person tonight,
This is
it's
just
Because
like walking.
so
out.
in the spring, they had a
There's
pile
cliffs
of
all
road,
around,
pile of
all
Yeah.
sticks.
along that, and then.
Sitting by the road, and I was like, well,
Was she
okay, maybe
here?
the trash
No.
company's
I
coming.
see that. I got
I
pictures.
gave
got
them
all
a
the
link.
popcorn
But you, these
So I
aren't
sent them a
simple,
letter.
because you
Put
can't
it
get
in.
to it.
I
There's
know,
no way
we're
you
like,
can
now,
hey,
get
let's
to
have
we are
popcorn,
moving.
if we have
I
a
sent them a
friend,
letter, and they moved it, so.
give us something to munch
This is
on,
like one of my.
since we have
favorite
meetings at
things
6
that's coming
o'clock.
down. This is
I
Yeah,
all-
that house on
I'm gonna have
the
dinner. Have you had
Tower
dinner?
Road,
This is looking
I've gotta go to
back.
the
where
dollar
Susan
store.
Winkler lives, you know.
They have been working.
Two-story tower.
Oh, have
It's
they?
supposed to-
Of course, I know the guy
If you go in,
bought it
it's
as an
supposed to
investment
give you the
property.
best view, but
And she
Well,
called
it's
me
rough.
this morning.
Was it
Please
two
call
weeks ago, there was a contractor working
2 foot
inside.
there.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's just
He
like,
had
I can't wait
so you
trailer,
don't get
wood
the
and
panel
stuff.
view
Yeah.
of just
Working
your
inside, so they're-
eyes.
Okay.
They're working on that.
But like we walk all the way there,
Now these
walk
people
all the
that
way
took on.
around.
Okay.
All
Our
that.
friend over
I
that
mean,
works over
gals up
at
there.
the golf
Oh,
shop,
yeah.
the pro shop.
Cause you could, technically
Ron
you
Butler.
could walk all the way around.
They used to
have
live
walk
there.
all the way to the
His
thing.
son,
This view
I
here,
think
where
it's
I was
47
looking at
years
this,
old.
you can see this cliff.
Nice.
Just, this green, it almost looked like a green meadow
No,
going
we've
down.
still
and-
got,
and
we've still
just
got two
needing
in
the-
rehab.
I mean, these sites right here, these are some of the best sites
Broken
that
shoulder and
I
arm.
saw.
Yeah, those are.
Very
One
windy.
broken,
Yeah.
Very
one
windy.
had
yeah.
knee surgery,
You
and then
know,
the other one with a stroke.
Just,
Everybody's
What was
just
the
falling
temperature?
apart.
well, the first
That's why I
thing we
drove, I'm
got there,
thinking, no, my lungs are good, but.
it said it was supposed to be
Yeah,
raining so much.
I went out just for a little bit
And
today,
I'll
I thought,
quote
no,
you
I
what
don't
the
really wanna be
driver
out
told
here.
me.
It feels
I said,
heavy.
so what do you think
It's,
about the
well,
weather?
probably the humidity, and then with the smoke, particulates, that they said that if you have any
Well,
kind of
alright.
breathing,
But
lungs,
you have an opinion,
or
yeah,
kind of smoke in the
How do you really feel?
yeah, but the whole time
yeah, I'd
we were-
stay
the whole time
outside,
we were
or
there,
if you're,
and everything
gotta
they
go
said,
somewhere
it was supposed
masked,
to
or
rain.
just,
Yeah, yeah.
You know, we had
Poppy said
7
there was
straight
a
days
live
of
feed
sunshine.
tonight.
Matter of fact, oh yeah, matter of fact,
Uh-oh.
it hit 72 degrees one day and they issued a heat warning.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
74.
Because- So I asked him, I said, so when's the
wonder
last,
if it
I said, so what do you
recorded.
guys do when snow hits? He goes,
my
"We
daughter
haven't
said
snowed
there was
since
no live
19
feed.
I watched it.
Since 2019.
Yeah.
And he goes, and we shut the country down. He goes, we don't get snow up
I don't know what she was looking
here.
at.
You know, so they
It
get.
stays
they get-
bright, never
She
gets real
knows
hot,
YouTube,
never gets
right?
real cold.
Well, I
You
figured,
got that
She's
temperature.
watching.
I didn't look it up, but I figured they stay in between 40 and 50 all year
Yeah.
round,
I need
60%
something from
rain,
you
it's
for
green.
the August
The,
third.
the first
For your
place we
mom and
went
dad's.
to, was
Oh,
we
I
left
need
that
to go.
one, went all the way down
Yeah.
to Wexford.
Oh,
And
back right in.
we took a
Okay,
tour,
that's
and
fine.
I said, I'm sorry, I'm gonna show you this
Wonder what
wall.
she's gonna do.
This is the new
She
wall.
texted me, no live feed?
They've done away with the old wall, I'm sorry, this one's
Right there?
like
It's
800
there.
years old.
I wasn't,
I even watched it after Art started talking, just to make sure it
The
was
great
there.
thing about it was down there.
after you talked?
No, after, when Art started.
Oh, okay.
where we were,
After I came up and turned the microphone on, because
They're known
Oh.
for strawberries were in.
guess when the computer updated it, so I
There were
didn't want to use that
strawberries that
microphone.
looked like somebody painted it. I mean,
It was
picture
like
perfect.
deep
I guess we
red.
can't,
Fire engine.
Had everything working.
can't
Yeah,
choose
that's-
when
that's
the
too old.
updates.
Man, I mean,
I know.
you go there and you think, you go to someplace.
Thank
you.
and-
Thank
You're
and
kidding,
get a
that was my,
salad.
you're kidding. That's why I said that. I was like, you shouldn't be
A
updating
salad
now.
or a life.
Well, this is funny. So every place we went to get food,
So,
food was
but
good.
you're gonna be here for a
Really
while,
nice.
so.
I'm not
Never
leaving
went to
until,
not come
I think
out.
the 10th, August 10th.
I mean, never.
Oh, in fact,
Every